It's Thursday, February 9th, and welcome back to the CCN. On today's broadcast, we'll cover such broad topics as the bookstore's chalkboard, community involvement, and everything that's going on in the world of sports, both local and nationally. On top of that, Bailey Gardner and I will tell you everything else you need to know, including some school announcements and national news. I'm MJ Mayo, and this is the CCN. Good morning and welcome back to another week with the CCN. I'm MJ Mayo.
And I'm Bailey Gardner, here with you to deliver your morning announcements.
Floral Design is taking orders for Valentine candy bouquets during lunches outside of the cafeteria. Buy a sweet treat for your someone special for only $8.
For junior CTE students, if you plan to co-op next school year, then stop by the CTE office to pick up an application packet. The deadline is February 10th.
Freshmen and sophomores interested in joining the yearbook staff next year should stop by Green 209 to pick up an application this week.
Students interested in signing up for the YMCA Cheer Camp can pick up a flyer at your unit desk.
Tryouts for Colonels baseball will begin next Wednesday through Friday after school at the, you guessed it, baseball field. Each hopeful will need to have a current physical turned into coaching staff. Questions? See Mr. Eisenberg in Green 204.
For seniors seeking scholarship opportunities, please see your PLT teacher or your unit desk for more information and applications.
Now we hand things over to Tyler Sandifer, who found out some pretty interesting information on the Community Involvement Program.
Hey, I'm Tyler, and today we're going to talk about community involvement.
It's just a really cool class. We get to leave school and, go volunteer in the community. Well, my first two rotations, I was at the elementary schools, and I was helping the kids doing ACEs test to really, find out about, their home life.
Okay, community involvement is a class that we came up with a couple of years ago. It's for students in Henderson County High School to go out in the community and try to make a positive difference in the community that we all live in.
The key word is involvement, and that's why with this class we like to see students get involved, either here in the building or out in the community, so that they have a better appreciation of what all it does take for some of our local businesses and nonprofits to survive and thrive in a positive way.
Community involvement is just trying to change the way our community of Henderson looks and just trying to brighten up Henderson one day at a time. We get involved. We're just mostly trying to get prom together and just make it a great year for all the seniors.
This is Tyler from CCN signing off.
Thanks, Tyler. Now let's talk about what's going on in the world lately.
The White House released a list Monday night of 78 terrorist attacks executed or inspired by the Islamic State group that it claims support President Trump's assertion that media organizations are deliberately failing to adequately report. Trump told military leaders and troops during his first visit as president to U.S. Central Command headquarters in Tampa, Florida, that the media isn't reporting any attacks in Europe.
And in many cases, the very, very dishonest media doesn't want to report it. They have their reasons, and you understand that. Trump did not explain what he meant by their reasons.
White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer subsequently clarified Trump's remarks by telling reporters that it wasn't that there was no reporting on terrorist attacks, but that there was insufficient reporting.
The Trump administration's decision to close the door to refugees fleeing conflict and disaster has become mired in legal mores. It has caused humanitarian chaos, children denied entry into the United States for medical treatment, and staff supporting U.S. Embassy personnel in Iraq losing their chance to come. The beneficiaries of this policy have been extremists who can now say across the Muslim world, the U.S. will never help you.
It's been a rough week for the United States Senate, as a debate ran through Monday night into Tuesday morning over the confirmation of Betsy DeVos for Secretary of Education. The vote eventually came to a 50-50 tie, causing Vice President Mike Pence to cast a tie-breaking vote, a first in our nation's history. Of course, that's not the end of the tension, as a new debate raged through the Senate on Tuesday night over Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions, who has dealt with allegations of racial discrimination his entire public life. In another historic moment from these votes, Senator Elizabeth Warren was reading a letter by Martin Luther King's widow about Sessions and was warned about impugning another senator's record. She then continued to read the letter, and Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell called for a vote to admonish Warren, which makes her unable to speak for the remainder of the debate. Ironically, another Democratic senator read the same letter in the debate yesterday, only no vote was called against him for doing so. As of press time, only 5 of President Trump's cabinet nominees have been confirmed, while President Obama had 11 of his confirmed by this point in his first term, and President George W. Bush had all 14 of his confirmed by February 9, 2001. If you think it's been a rough first few weeks for the Trump administration, it's looking like you haven't seen anything yet.
The company owner who signed off on one of the Super Bowl's most controversial ads says she is pro-President Trump and pro-border wall, despite the 84 Lumber ad's depiction of a Hispanic mother and daughter finding a door in the wall. She told People magazine that the ad wasn't supposed to be pro-immigration or even political, but to show that we can make the world a better place for our children through struggle. A company press release describes the ad as part of a recruitment campaign with the door symbolizing the doors that 84 Lumber opens for its employees. Moving now to Madeline Pollock, who spent time this week talking to people about that really artistic chalkboard next to the bookstore. Madeline?
Hi, my name is Madeline, and I'm going around asking people about their views on the chalkboard. What's the point of the chalkboard?
The board gives our students an opportunity to showcase their talents and imaginations in art, specifically for holidays and upcoming school and cultural events. Go Colonels! Go artistes!
Very go ahead. All right, who put the chalkboard there?
We don't know that one.
Yeah, we don't know that. Remember? All right, what's the point of the chalkboard?
Well, we basically just we do common things that are going on throughout the school to draw attention. Like, for example, we did the formal and we sold a whole lot of tickets for it. So.
And we also do holidays, as
yeah,
seen
holidays.
Here. So. All right, what's your opinion on the chalkboard?
Honestly, I really like doing it. Like, it's a fun thing to do. We just kind of come out of our art class to, tell the students through this what's going on.
Thank you. Thanks for answering all of our questions. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Madeline. Matthew Market now joins us to talk about the sports world.
How you doing, Hendo? This is Matthew Market bringing you sports. With March Madness around the corner, let me tell you the current rankings of the top 5 teams. As of week 14, in 5th place goes to Oregon with a record of 21-3. 4th goes to Louisville with a record of 19-4. 3rd goes to Kansas with a record of 20-3. 2nd goes to Villanova with a record of 22-2. And 1st goes to Gonzaga with a record of 24-0. Sadly, Kentucky is in 15th place with a record of 18-5.
Sports history was made this past Sunday when the New England Patriots beat the Atlanta Falcons 34-28. This was the first ever Super Bowl to go into overtime, and Tom Brady broke the record of 4 rings held by a quarterback, which was held by 6 legends.
Don't try and insert stuff into it, because when he gets his 5th ring, anybody who's listening is going to know, oh, everybody else had 4 rings. Yeah. So you don't need to say that part.
Just read it as is.
Just go with it as is. Go ahead.
Sports history was made this past Sunday when the New England Patriots beat the Atlanta Falcons 34-28. This was the first ever Super Bowl to go into overtime, and Tom Brady broke the record held by 6 legends when he won his 5th Super Bowl ring Sunday night. And for a record-breaking 4th time, Tom Brady was the Super Bowl MVP. Hard to believe the Falcons were up 28-3 during the 3rd quarter. I haven't seen a lead blown this badly since Hillary's 2016 campaign. Brady completed 43 out of 62 passes for 466 yards and 2 touchdowns. But let's not forget about Matt Ryan, who seemed to dominate for nearly 3 quarters. And Grady Jarrett tied a record of 3 sacks. Hopefully you're like a pop fly, and I'll catch you later. This is Matthew Market, signing off.
Thanks, Matthew. Now we head to Cheyenne Morton, who wanted to know more about senior nights for our senior Colonel athletes. Cheyenne?
Hi, I'm Cheyenne. I'm with the CCN, and we're going to go around and ask people about the senior night and if they were excited and if they enjoyed it.
How was senior night? It was really fun. It was a good experience, something I've never experienced really before. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was not a really good meet, but it was it was fun. It was a good experience.
Thank you for your interviews, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was worth it. Back to the studio with MJ.
Thank you, Cheyenne. And finally, Peyton Littlepage got to know the Colonel's basketball manager, Savion Whitlock.
Hi guys, this is Peyton from the CCN, and today we decided to do a profile on Savion Whitlock. So how did Savion come to work with basketball teams?
Savion, I think he's managed football the last 2 years, and I've had Savion in class for 3 years now, so I've gotten to know him really well. And I asked him this year if he wanted to help with the basketball team. And at first he didn't like basketball, but now that he's been around it a little bit, he's came to really like the sport and done a good job for us.
How has Savion's work improved being on the team?
I mean, Savion he's always bringing water for everybody after they get on the bench and stuff. Like, he always doing stuff to help everybody on the bus. He's just a positive influence on the entire team, really. Like, he's just good for everybody else on the team.
So Savion, what do you do for the basketball and football teams?
Well, I actually do the water for basketball players and football players.
Do you like being a part of the basketball team and part of the football team?
I actually like to do both of them, part of it, both.
Thank you for tuning in. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Peyton. Stay tuned next for final thoughts.
Why does curiosity exist? Why do we care about knowing more about something that may not immediately affect us? Why does it matter? Why are we here? Why has all that I've said been a question? Humans are naturally curious beings because curiosity takes us places, and we all care about our futures. We're all curious about where we'll be in 10 years. Will we be financially stable? Will we be married? What about kids? My job? Look, I don't have those answers yet, but I'm curious about more than just my future, about this country's future. I'm curious about literature. I'm curious about the psychology of our dogs. I'm curious about culture. I'm curious over things as small as ants and as big as societies. So I'll share some words that are not my own, but from Ellen Parr. The cure for boredom is curiosity. There is no cure for curiosity. The next time you are bored, don't waste this fuel for curiosity. Instead, learn something new. And please continue to learn from your curiosity, to grow as a person, a generation, and a world. Thanks for tuning into the CCN this week. We'll see you same time, same place next week. I'm MJ Mayo.
And I'm Bailey Gardner.
Signing off for the CCN.